Hello again at Cards and Coaching. This will be the second video where I got the right to use a reading for showing people how I'm working with it. So this time I'm going to use the Gilded Royale deck, and I'm going to show you again. It is the same way, but it's just another example, not just because thank you again that I have the right to show this as a video, as an open video. So the current is asking me about a person she's seeing and wants to know if it will fit. This way, as a situation, I have no problem to read about it. But if people are really asking me, how does he feel about me, or what does he think of me, I'm very careful. First of all, because I don't think we should spy on third-party people who have no clue that we are reading about them. It's just my 5 cents. Everyone does as he or she wants to do. And on the other hand, if I make a mistake in reading, I might give the client wrong information and the person might react in a wrong way instead of being in communication with a third person. And that is why I am not going to read like that. And if people are asking such a reading, I am rephrasing the question. So in this case, it's the situation. Will it fit or not? So I am going to use, as I said, the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. What you just see is my cat who is investigating what I am doing here and if I'm doing things correctly. So she's moving from herself. Nice. So we're going to put this straight again. You are going to have this in my videos quite often because I have 4 cats. So bear up with me and bear up with them, please. So as before, the first card is about the situation itself. The devil. I'm going to have a completely different look on the devil. So when you see that card, don't be shocked. There is something very important in the whole situation, and it is not a negative card at all. It is as neutral as all the other cards are. What is there to know? The Four of Swords, and I don't even need to read further, but I'm going to give the whole explanation. And where is all this going to lead? It's the Six of Wands. By the way, that was my stalker cards for years. I always turned up with that card. In the last video, I explained that I am using the Witches runes, and there are 22, as in the Major Arcana. If there is a Major Arcana, I normally take as many runes that I pick up for this as there is the number of the Major Arcana. So this is 15, the Devil. So I'm going to take 15 runes. So just give me a moment. I pick them up, and I'm going to do it as I did before. I'm going to cast them over the cards, and I'm going to choose the ones we can't see that lie openly. Take the ones away. There aren't many that stay. There are only 3 that stay, and they are some are even further away from the cards. You're not seeing it. I'm going to move it a bit just for you to be visible. Now that's there. So again, let me start with the first card. As I said, it is the Devil card, and normally the Devil card is one of them, like Death and Tower. People often are very shocked. So I'm going to go over, and I'm not saying the current, but I'm going to speak to her directly. So the Devil card for me is an absolutely an invitation card. the devil has a lot to do with our shadow sides and with things that we kept away, that we try to deny, that may come out of traumatic experiences, that may come out of bad experiences that we have. As we were talking about the story about meeting someone, seeing someone, and if he's the right one or if he fits the question doesn't seem to be the cards shift the question onto the situation itself. And the question is the situation or is the moment the right one to see somebody? Is the situation the right moment to be in a relationship or to start a relationship? And the devil card, as well as the Four of Swords, I'm coming to that card later on, shows us actually that it may not be the right moment. That doesn't mean that he is not the right person or she is not the right person, but the situation, the moment is not the right one. So it is far more important for the moment being to go and, well, do shadow work, work on what is making a relationship in itself maybe impossible, to see what has to be healed, what has to be integrated from what we have denied, maybe for even the last relationship you were in, or maybe even friendships or whatever kind of relationship that you carry around, the baggage that you carry around. Try to heal that part before starting a relationship, and it seems to be really important. The rune that lies over the whole thing, that is hovering over it, is, let me see if you can see it. It is the mountains. So they are turned. So it's not a problem that is there anymore. So the problem in itself might be gone, but the way that we were, let me find the words, they might have left a trauma, or they might have left something inside of you that you carry around and that will not be the best way to start a relationship. But on the other hand, it is very important that there is the pentacle, and the pentacle is very clear on it, that it shows you, you see that the pentacle is on the card too, and the pentacle is a sign of protection. So if you do your shadow work now, if you are working on this and healing on this now, you will be doing that in a protected moment and in a protective way. So even maybe the person that you are seeing right now, maybe it is not about a relationship in that way, but maybe, I don't know how your communication with him is for the moment being, but maybe it is about healing together, but not in a way to say, oh, we're trying to heal now so that we can have a relationship, but to really stay in the now and to stay in the moment, to say, this is a moment of healing. What there is to know is the Four of Swords. So the thing that is very important concerning the Four of Swords is that you find three swords in the upper part and only one sword underneath. So this reminds us of the card, the Three of Swords, which has a lot to do with heartbreaking and with people trying a rational way to explain their feelings. And it is really about the rest. So take that time off, and don't try to explain your feelings, but try to understand them on a completely emotional way so that you can use what you learn from it later on in a relationship. So it is very, very important in my eyes that you take that time out. This is not the moment to start something. It is not about him or her being the right person or fitting in that way. Maybe the person fits for the moment being for helping you to learn what there is to learn, but it does not mean that it is the right person or that the person will fit for the relationship in itself, if that is what you are looking for. The card where this may lead to, so if you are using um, this time off to work on your shadow, to work on your traumas, and to give yourself time off to rest from whatever strain there was before, you end up with the Six of Wands. So that is the one about a leadership, maybe not concerning other people, but your own leadership, leading your own life, leading your thing, being victorious in your way, in what you are doing, in what you are planifying. And this might not be about the person, as I said. Maybe you are going to lose contact with that person because you are going further. You are going away from whatever you could see here from this healing. And this is further away, and maybe it is a new step into a different kind of relationship that you cannot lead at the moment being, and which will not give you the same satisfaction as the card shows here. So it is important to do this work to end up here. And the moon as a symbol shows us, has a lot to do with the past. So let me try and give you a good look at it. It's always the same question. So it should be. The moon is about our cycles. It is about the past that we have. So depending, because it was not upright, it was a little bit awkward. Depending on how you are going to use this, depending on if you are going to work with it or not, the past will impact on your future. It will give you the opportunity. Either it will impact on a negative way, or it is going to impact on a positive way if you are going to use the time being not to consider a relationship, but to consider healing and evolving from whatever past you come from. So I hope this gives you a certain insight into the situation and gives you a certain insight in what this is about. It is not about the person in himself. It is about you and your situation you are in.